Hey YouTube, so this is my review on the ShengShou Master Pyraminx. So it's a 4x4 version of the regular Pyraminx, which I have right here. And it's a very fun puzzle. As you can see, there is a slight difference in the size. So these cubies, or I don't know what they would be called if they were triangles, but triangles, are a little bit small, but you know, when you're solving it actually doesn't make that much of a difference. So it's nice that they're small because it actually fits well in your hand. So anyway, the turning of this puzzle is interesting because depending on where you're turning it, it has a different feeling. These are pretty tight. It's probably the worst turning on the puzzle, but it's just the tips, and you only have to turn each tip once to have it in the solve state, so it's not a big deal. When you go down to turning of these bigger tips, like moving it just the top, kind of like just how the Pyraminx has just the top part, it's actually not that bad. I do need to lube it. It is a little bit sluggish, but it's still smooth, and it's really not that bad. Now when you get into this layer, if you do it fast and have everything really nicely aligned, it's very smooth. It's the best turning layer, but it also is kind of bumpy because, as you might be able to see, these pieces right here, they come a little bit loose because it's a thin stalk for it, so it wiggles a lot. So that causes it to kind of have the bumpy feeling because it's bumping down and it's bumping into the piece. Now, I just want to say I love the color scheme on this. Like the yellow is like not bad, but it's more the bright red that you get. The green is meh, but it actually shows up a lot better on my camera than it does in real life. The blue, oh my god, it's so nice. I just love it. Plus, hold on a second, I'm just gonna give you guys an idea of what the colors look like in contrast to each other. Oh yeah, this, well, I love, you could do awesome patterns like this, and it just looks so nice. It's got the standard color scheme that Pyraminxes have, so that's fine, but like I have a volcano, as you've seen in the previous review. I'm pretty sure I did a review on that, and it doesn't have the correct color scheme. But also, one thing I should note, if you look inside of it, it's got what appears to be a skewb diamond, which, if you don't know, this is the skewb. Turns like this, so on the corner. And this is the octahedral version of that puzzle. And it actually turns exactly like that. That's actually how they originally were made, if I'm correct. The person got mini skewb diamonds and basically built out the extension, which was this piece, so it made it functional. Made it functional so you could turn it, add the tips to it, and I think they used magnets for these pieces so they would be able to stick in. I'm not too familiar with the design. I think Tony Fisher has a video on it, so I would check him out. Anyway, it's a very nice turning puzzle. It's actually not that hard. It looks a lot harder than it is. It's pretty simple. What's cool is when you do the reduction for this. By the way, if you don't know, from practically all larger puzzles, you reduce it into some smaller puzzle. So that's true of these two. It's actually more like a Jing's Pyraminx, which is the tetrahedral version of the skewb. Unfortunately, I don't have that, or a skewb diamond to show you. And then an actual Pyraminx, but fortunately, based on how I solve it, you could basically do everything you do with just a Pyraminx, and then there's just some stuff with the centers, and a parity, which is interesting. Yeah, these tips don't really turn that well. So unlike the Pyraminx, this does not have any ball bearings, as you can clearly see. Or magnets, because I know a lot of them have magnets now, but it really doesn't need them. Like, you're not going to be speed solving this. I could solve this actually really fast. Yeah, I'm bragging, I'm not. But it really doesn't even need them. Now, corner cutting, it's actually not that bad. Well, for the type of puzzle it is, it's pretty much just like the ShengShou Pyraminx with the corner cutting beat. But the inside part really does not want to corner cut as much as the outside. Like, inside as in the inner layers, the outside as in outer layers. The outer layers turn better and corner cut better. But yeah, I actually really love solving this puzzle. It's pretty fun, and I really don't know what else to say about this puzzle. Oh yeah, the one thing I should say is it didn't happen to me, but it did happen to someone else who was playing with this puzzle. They got a lockup that was basically this piece right here, basically stayed, and I'll try to force it, but can't even force it. But basically this piece went all the way over here, and it was a simple enough fix. You just did a simple move like that to fix it. I'm guessing it was because they had inaccurate turning and they were just forcing it, but it could happen to someone else. I've had this puzzle for well over a week and it hasn't happened to me, so something you should keep a lookout for. Don't go reckless when turning this puzzle, but yeah, it probably shouldn't be a problem, so you'll be fine. Anyway, I do recommend this puzzle. I notice I've been forgetting to say that in most of my videos lately. For the last couple, I also recommend those, but yeah, I would get this puzzle again, definitely, and I recommend you get it too, especially if you like Pyraminx. Okay, so that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.